With the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Today, inshallah, we will talk about the chapter Joseph in the Quran. It is the 12th chapter of the Quran. It was revealed in Mecca. According to all the authoritative sources, this surah was revealed in Meccan period. The contention of some of the early commentators that the first 3 verses were revealed in Medina is in the words of Suyuti. Suyuti claims that these verses are revealed in Medinan period, but in general it is not acceptable. The story of the Prophet Joseph, as narrated in the Quran, as described in the Quran, agrees in the main but not completely with the biblical version. Also, this story is available in the Bible, but there are some differences. I can say that nearly 1/3 of the 4th are in harmony with the Quran. In general, they are in harmony, but there are some discrepancies between the Bible and the Quran. And which one is correct? Exactly what is the Quran is correct, because it was kept by Allah. It is the truth, haqiqah. The more important differences between the 2 accounts are pointed out in my notes, as it says. But what distinguishes the Quranic treatment of the story in a deeper sense is its spiritual tenor, spiritual character. Contrary to the Bible, in Quranic treatment of the story, in which the life of the Joseph is presented as a romantic account. In the Bible, it is different, and it's a kind of romantic story, as it says. Romantic account of the envy, jealousy, to which his youthful innocence is first exposed, of the vicissitudes which he subsequently suffers, and finally of his worldly triumph over his brothers. At the end of the story, Joseph got the victory over his brothers. The Quran uses it primarily as an illustration of God's unfathomable direction. Unfathomable can't be understood easily. Unfathomable direction of man's affairs, an echo of the statement that it may well be that you hate a thing the while it is good for you. Sometimes you don't like something, but in reality it is beautiful for you, it is beneficial for you. And it may well be that you love a thing the while it is bad for you. Sometimes you didn't like something, but it will be helpful for you, both in this world and in the hereafter. And God knows, whereas you don't know. Allah knows everything. The whole of this surah, the chapter Joseph, might be described as a series of variations on the theme judgment. As to what is to happen rests with none but God. Explicitly enunciated, explained only in verse 67. I can't help you against Allah in any way with my advice. Jacob says so, Joseph's father. Only Allah has the ultimate authority. Whatever Allah wants happens in this world and in the hereafter, because everything belongs to Allah. But running like an unspoken leitmotif, and the surah starts in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Alif Lam Ra. We see such alphabet letters in some of the Quranic chapters. For example, the chapter Baqarah, Alif, Lam, Mim, and this surah begins with Alif, Lam, Ra. Sometimes the Quran uses 3 alphabet letters, Alif, Lam, Ra. Sometimes 2, Yasin, Taha. Sometimes alphabet letter only 1, Qaf, for example. Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. 5 alphabet letters in the beginning of the surah Maryam. Why does Allah use such alphabet letters in the beginning of some Quranic chapters? Allah, or the Quran, challenges the non-believers. The Quran wants to say that you claim that the Quran is not authentic. It belongs to Muhammad only. He fabricated this book. If it is true according to you, you can use these alphabet letters. You can produce a book like Quran. It is a challenge. What happened? Nearly 400 years passed and the non-believers couldn't succeed in bringing another book like the Quran. Quran's challenge continues. It will stay, this challenge will stay to the hereafter, inshallah. The non-believers can't bring another book like the Quran. From which aspect? Quran's rhetoric is very powerful, very, very powerful. There is nothing like that in the universe. Although the Arabs know the poems, they write poems, poetries, they are good at this art, they couldn't bring another book like the Quran. The Prophet Muhammad was an orphan. He was not an intellectual person, famous intellectual person. He was not a famous poet, but he brought the Quran. These are messages of a revelation, wahi in Arabic language, clear in itself and clearly showing the truth. It has got 2 meanings. The word in Arabic, mubin, it has got 2 meanings. Something clear and something making others clear. Ebane, mubin, bane, mubin. 2 different roots. So, Quran is a clear book. Everybody can understand the Quran easily because it's a simple book. It is different from philosophical books. It's not easy to understand them. Philosophers don't care about people. They understand or not. They don't care about it. But the Quran considers important that point. Everybody should understand the Quran. Do we understand the Quran at the same level? It is impossible because our minds are different. Our levels of intellectuality are different. So some of them understand on this level, some of us understand in another level. But everybody can understand. Quran is a book, clear book. Also, Quran clarifies everything that we need as obedient people to Allah. We should know obligations. We should know how we believe. And Allah explains that in the Quran. Behold, we have bestowed, we have given it from on high, from the sky, as a discourse in the Arabic tongue. Quran is an Arabic book. Why does Allah want to send the Quran in Arabic language? Because the first addressee was Arab people. The Quran was sent to Arabic people in the time of Prophet Muhammad. So if it weren't Arabic, they couldn't understand. And they would say that we don't understand it, so we are not responsible from these obligations in the Quran. The Prophet Muhammad got the inspiration, divine inspiration from Allah and preached those obligations to the people and they understood clearly. They didn't say, the non-believers didn't say that we don't understand. Muhammad, what's that? There are many passwords in the Quran. Elif Lam Ra, what's that? They didn't say. Elif Lam Mim, what's that? They didn't say. Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad, what are they? They didn't say. They understood. Because they know that this kind of rhetoric was available among Arabic people. And Quran is a clear Arabic book, and Quran used Arabic rhetoric. So that you might encompass it with your reason, the Quran's aim is to be understood. Allah Ta'ala sent it for us to show the true path. This path takes people to the paradise. It is a straight path. We say in the chapter Fatiha, Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim. We want from Allah, show us the true path. Allah Ta'ala sent this book as a true path for us. And it addresses to our minds. Allah Ta'ala sent the Quran. Also, Allah Ta'ala created our minds, so they are in harmony. Our minds are in harmony with the Quranic verses. If the Quranic verses are very, very clear, why do we have many exegetical books, many tafsirs? Why do we have? In the beginning of my speech, I told you that we have got different levels of understanding. So people, especially scholars, Muslim scholars, said different things about the Quranic verses because their level of information, their level of ilm are different. So it's normal. We have got some short translations of the Quran. We have some short exegetical books and also longer ones. Some of them are 30 volumes, for example. In the measure that we reveal this Quran unto thee, unto you, O Prophet, we explain it to you in the best possible way. Ahsen al-Qasas. What does it mean, Ahsen al-Qasas? It has got two meanings. In general, people think that, scholars think that, Ahsen al-Qasas related to the chapter Joseph, the parable of Joseph. It is very influential story, Joseph's story. It is the best story in the Quran. Many scholars think so. Some of them say that Ahsen al-Qasas is related to the Quran. If Quran explains something, it explains influentially, in an influential way. Which one is better? I think the second one is better. All stories of the Quran are clear and helpful for us to find the true path. And this way takes us to the paradise, inshallah. Possible way, seeing that before this you were indeed among those who are unaware of what revelation is. This Quranic verse says that Prophet Muhammad, before the Quranic revelation, he didn't know anything about inspiration, about divine inspiration. We can say that he knows some Ahli Kitab people, especially Christians in Mecca. He heard something about divine inspiration. But what is the reality? What is the real inspiration? He didn't know. He was an orphan. He was a good man. People considered him a reliable person. That's all. He didn't preach. He didn't call people to an idea, to a belief, etc. Suddenly, Allah Ta'ala sent the Quranic inspiration and he started to preach Islam. Lo, look, it means look. Thus spoke Joseph unto his father. Who is his father? Jacob. Oh, my father. He says in Arabic language, he doesn't say Ebi, he says Ebeti. Ebeti, my dear father. He is a very gentle person. Also, Prophet Abraham uses this expression. He says Ebeti, Ebeti in the chapter Maryam. I think three times. one after the other, ebeti, ebeti. Although his father was an idolater, Abraham's father was an idolater, he said, ebeti, ebeti, my dear father, my dear father, my dear father. It's a good way, dear brothers and sisters, to address our fathers. They are good examples. Although they are adult people, they didn't say father, father, but they say they dear father. Oh, my father, but in this part, Joseph was a small boy, and he said, Ya ebeti, oh my father, behold, look, I saw in a dream 11 stars, as well as the sun and the moon. This is a symbolic dream, and stars are his brothers, and the sun and the moon, his father and mother. Some scholars say that because the sun in Arabic language is muannath, female. Some scholars say that the Shams, sun, he is his mother. Some say the sun is bigger, so he is father. Vice versa. Two comments are available and possible. 11 stars, as well as the sun and the moon, I saw them prostrate themselves before me. Prostrate, sajda, in Arabic language, sajda. Very interesting dream. 11 stars and the sun and the moon, they all prostrate before Joseph. Jacob answered his father, oh my dear son, don't tell about this dream to your brothers. Why? They plan an evil scheme against you. It will be dangerous because Joseph's brothers are envious brothers. It's a great problem among brothers. So it is a great test for Jacob, also Joseph. Prophet Jacob wants from Joseph not to tell about this beautiful, magnificent dream, because they will envy and they will do something bad for him. Verily, Satan is man's open foe, open enemy. What happened now? First, Joseph's father Jacob said that, don't tell about this dream. This is the first precaution. And he said that Satan is dangerous. Satan is man's open foe. He didn't say that your brothers are foe to you, your enemies. He didn't say. Why? Because the relationship between brothers are very important. He wanted to keep his sons together. If they do something bad for you, it will be realized because of Satan, he said. So who is the guilty? The Satan is guilty. For as you have been shown in your dream, even thus will your sustainer elect you. Allah selected you. Hey, Joseph, you are not an ordinary boy. You will be a great man in the future. You are a promising child. Even thus and will impart unto you, will teach you some understanding of the inner meaning of happenings. Ta'wilul ahadith. Allah Ta'ala will show you the right path in this world. You will comment on what happens in this world in a good way. Will we see it in his later life? Yes, we will see. He will tell about something. He will tell about dreams. He will comment on dreams. Whose dreams? First, his prison mates. They will have some dreams and he will comment on them. Later, he will tell about the king's dream. Also, his words are important for people. He doesn't tell only about dreams, but also what happens in the real life. He has got some good advice. He talks about Islam. He shows the true path to the people. So whatever he says, they are full of wisdom. And will bestow, will give full measure of his blessings, Allah's blessings, upon you and upon the house of Jacob. The people in Jacob's family, Allah will help them, Allah will grant them good things. Not only Joseph, also his brothers as well. Because of this expression, Razi, one of the most famous commentators of the Quran, he says that Joseph's brothers are also prophets. Very interesting point. He says they are also prophets. And he says that it is possible that, yeah, how can it be? They have got some bad plans for Joseph. How can they be prophets? He says this can be the answer. They had bad behaviors against Joseph before their prophethood. So it is normal, he says. But it's not a common idea among Muslim mufassirs, Muslim mufassirin. Razi thinks so. He gave it in full measure upon your forefathers. Who are they? Who are forefathers of Joseph? Abraham and Isaac. Isaac is Jacob's father. He is prophet as well. Many prophets from Abraham. Can we say that nearly all the prophets come from Abraham? No. The Quran tells us the prophets who are the background of the last prophets. We should understand the Quran very well. What is the background of the Quran? The background of the Quran, Abraham's family. That's why the Quran talks about many times the prophets coming from Abraham. Also, we know that there are other prophets. The Quran didn't tell us about them. Even as aforetime he gave it in full measure. Okay. Verily, your sustainer Allah is all-knowing and wise. Allah knows everything, and whatever Allah sends us, they are full of wisdom. Hikmah in Arabic language. Indeed, in the story of Joseph and his brothers, there are messages for all who search after the truth. If people want to get the truth, it is available in the Quran. The Quran claims that it has got the truth. Some philosophers think that everybody has got different truth. But the Quran doesn't accept that. Quran accepts all prophets. It says that the prophethood begins with Adam and it continues to the last prophet, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And all books sent to the prophets are from Allah. So there is only one religion. This religion is Islam. And the last chain of these prophets is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the last book is the Quran. Now Joseph's brothers spoke thus to one another. Truly Joseph and his brothers Benjamin. The Quran doesn't mention this name, Benjamin. We know from the Tefsirs. Are dearer to our father. His envious brothers think that Jacob loves Benjamin and Joseph more than the others. So they are envious. Are dearer to our father than we, even though we are so many. although they say in Arabic language, نحن عصبة, we are very powerful group. Although we are very powerful, our fathers doesn't like us more than Jacob and his brother. So what is the criteria for them? What do they think? What is the important thing? They think that the important thing is the power. If you are power, you are okay. If you have got power, you are okay. If not, no. So their way of understanding the life is not correct. The truth is more important than the power. We see it today as well. What does Netanyahu do? Netanyahu has got a power, worldly power, but he's on the wrong path. His way takes people to the hell. And he oppresses people because of his wrong way. He is powerful, but he is not right. Behold, our father is surely suffering from an aberration. They think that our father departed from what is normal. Our father doesn't think properly, and he considers Benjamin and Joseph together more dearer than us. It is wrong, they believe. So what is the solution? There is a problem according to Joseph's brothers. What is the solution? Said one of them, slay Joseph, kill Joseph, or else drive him away to some faraway land. Let's take him and leave another place, and he can't come back to our house, and our father can't find Joseph. Let's find a place like that, far away place, so that your father's regard may be for you alone. Our father will like us only. He will forget Joseph. Why? Because Joseph is not available. Where is Joseph? We don't know. And what will happen? Our father will like us. He will forget Joseph. After this is done, you will be free to repent and to live once again as righteous people. In the future, you will be righteous people. Righteous people in Arabic language, muttaqi, salihin. In the future, you will be a good people, but now you can be bad people, no problem. In the future, okay. Today, for example, some people, you say that let's go to mosque, let's pray. They say no, inshallah, in the future. Will you go to Hajj? Kaaba, will you see there? They say no, in the future. Their approach is the same. It is wrong. Joseph's brothers think that they will be good people in the future. Now, today we don't need to be a good people. Another of them said, don't slay Joseph, don't kill Joseph, but rather, if you must do something, cast him, throw him into the dark depths of this well. Ghayabetil Jub in Arabic language. Some caravan may pick him up. Some merchants will come and they will find water and they will come to the well and there is a child here. It's something good. Good news. Bushra. They will say, and they will pick him up and they will sell him in another country, and Joseph will go. On this they agreed, so they left the idea to kill Joseph. They will put him into a well and then they will be free. And then they will be good people after that. And thereupon they spoke thus to their father, O our father, wherefore will you not trust us with Joseph? Please give us Joseph. We will keep him. Seeing that we are indeed his well-wishers, we like Joseph and we will take him and we will have a picnic we will have good time with Joseph. Let him go out with us tomorrow, that he may enjoy himself and play, and verily we shall guard him well. We will keep him, no problem. We are strong people, نحن عصبة, so we will save him, they say. They try to persuade their father to take Joseph. Jacob answered, behold, it grieves me, I become very sad. Indeed, to think that you might take him with you, for I dread lest the wolf devour him, eat him. At a moment when you are heedless of him. You are playing in a place and Yusuf is another place. While you are playing, what will happen? The wolf will come and will eat him. So I don't want to give him with you. But what can he do? Because he is a father, and envious, to become envious is very dangerous. If Jacob refuses to give Joseph, what will happen? They will say, it is a reality. Really, our father loves Joseph more than us. It will be a strong proof for them. So they will be more envious, more envious. Said they, surely if the wolf were to devour him, eat him, notwithstanding that we are so many, then behold, we ought ourselves to perish. It is impossible. We are very strong and we will keep Joseph. There will be no problem in our picnic. And so, when they went away with him, they decided to cast him into the dark depths of the well, their decision, and they will take Joseph, and their father will give him, and then they will be far from Joseph. Joseph will be another place, and they will be there with their fathers, and they will be happy. They think so. If Allah allows us, inshallah, in our next lesson, we will continue from the 16th verse, inshallah. Thank you for listening. Peace be upon you. Selamun Aleyküm.